Hey guys, Steve Turbich here. So this is basically going to be just a walk and talk video, like one of those walk and talk videos that you see sometimes. I'm not going to go through the usual spiel of, oh, I'm sorry I was gone and everything, and, because, life happens and stuff, so kind of takes me away from the videos for a little while. But yeah, this is basically going to be me walking and talking about the subject that I'm going to start talking about here in a minute. So, I know I'm kind of late to the bandwagon when it comes to this topic, but I want to talk about this Amos Yee character on YouTube. So I could say all the usual stuff that a bunch of other YouTubers have said. I've probably said way better than I can or could, but I'm not gonna do all that. I mean, I could walk and call him a sick fuck and all that good stuff, for 10-15 minutes, and talk about how his arguments and everything like that are complete bullshit, which they are, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna talk about this situation that he is now in and that he has gotten himself into, because apparently he was living in a place in Illinois or something, and the owner or the host of this place or whatever kicked him out. He got kicked out of his place because, the host, and I wonder why, the host was worried that he was worried about CPS being called because this weirdo was advocating for pedophilia, and he was worried that CPS was going to be called because kids were there, because kids live there, and I wonder why. I can't fathom why, someone would be worried, I mean, it's just some weird fuck, saying that, toddlers and fucking even babies can consent to sexual things. I mean, it's bad enough that he's saying that he's advocating for pedophilia and saying that children can do that, but fucking toddlers and babies? I wonder why. So, as far as I'm concerned, Amos, he got himself into this situation of him getting kicked out. And, there's an immature, childish part of me that, wants to say that I hope he has, the worst of luck, and that I hope that he, gets the piss beaten out of him and everything, but at the end of the day, I don't really wish all that stuff. I mean, as shitty as the things that he has said, and as disgusting, as much as the things that he has said are disgusting, and the things that he has argued for and are advocating for are disgusting, I don't truly wish any ill will, but I will say that I hope this experience will teach him something, and I hope that he can one day learn that what he is advocating for and what he is arguing for is sick and makes absolutely no sense. But because I mean, a topic like that, when you're advocating for that, I know this kind of contradicts what I said at the beginning, but excuse the car going by there. But there are a lot of people who have went through shit like that with, when they were younger, or they know other people who were younger, who were, fucking molested and shit, and that does a lot of damage to people psychologically, okay? And I don't care this bullshit argument that, it doesn't do anything physically to harm them. Physical wounds, most of the time, are temporary. And if they're not, that you can get over them. Pain is temporary, most of the time. Psychological damage and mental damage and all that stuff, that lasts a lot longer. And it takes a lot longer to get over. Sometimes some people don't ever get over that kind of shit. They can just cope with it. So tell me that it doesn't harm children in any way. Bullshit. Anyways, this newest video, it's like 1 minute and 50 seconds long or something. I watched it like twice, but it's basically Amos Yee begging for a place to stay and giving a list of requirements. And some of these requirements are so fucking stupid. Like, I remember it was like he wants privacy, and he wants it to be close to a food store or something, because apparently he doesn't have his license. I don't know how old he is. I don't know if maybe, I don't know. I don't really know the answer to that, but I mean, you know, and I'm not a big one to talk. I mean, I do have my license, but I don't currently own a car right now, so I don't technically have a means of transportation either. But dude, what the fuck? But anyways, I mean, aside, petty stuff aside, you know, I mean, dude, considering the stuff that you're advocating for and arguing for and the reasons that you got kicked out, you really shouldn't be demanding, making a list of requirements or demandments of anyone who is willing to give you a place to stay. Okay? And I'm sure that one of your buddies, one of your, you know, sick friends, maybe a pedophile, maybe one of these pedos that you're advocating for, will be more than happy to give you a place to stay. But, you know, the off chance that you somehow luck out and find someone who is willing to give you a place to stay, who doesn't know about any of your escapades on YouTube and just doesn't really know about any of that shit, you really shouldn't be making all these requirements. You should just be lucky to have found a place to stay. I mean, your requirements are ridiculous. And, you know, you talked about not getting violent or not getting, acting irrationally, basically, to a non-violent political opinion. Like what? Like your opinions on pedophilia and things like 4- and 5-year-olds being able to consent to sexual activities. You mean like that? Dude, you better just keep your fucking trap shut where that's concerned. Okay? Because most normal people, no, scratch that, all normal people, if you start arguing with them about that, will be pretty quick to kick you out, especially if there are kids around at that place. And if there are kids around at the place that you end up staying, which I hope doesn't happen, you know, because quite frankly, and this is going to be kind of immature of me, and this is going to be kind of childish of me, and I usually try to stay away from, you know, comments that are too hateful, but whatever. I hope that wherever you end up staying, it's with someone just as sick and twisted as you, or at least with, you know, someone who agrees with your arguments that are pretty sick and twisted, quite frankly, you know. But yeah, so bottom line, dude, you're not in a place, you are no place to be making requirements, especially ones as ridiculous as the ones that you put in that video of yours. So you better take what you can get at this point. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, this list of requirements that he's coming up with, and you know, and like, again, the situation that he's, you know, and another thing I want to talk about is, really quickly here, is, and I know this can be disproved really easily, but, you know, I gotta wonder, this guy is obviously such a hardcore supporter for this cause. I mean, you can see it in his videos, or at least, you know, the videos that haven't been taken down, because that one video, which is where he's basically said that babies and toddlers can consent to sexual activities, that video has been taken down, but you can go to other responses, and the clips of that video will still be in other videos. The Agnostic Plague Doctor comes to mind, so check out his channel, check out his video on Amos Yee if you want to see that. But anyways, you know, I wonder if this guy himself isn't, you know, a pedophile himself. I wonder. And see, I understand